Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order right now, 5:11 p.m. on Wednesday, January 12, 2022. Roll call, please.
Mayor Ta,
Here.
Vice Mayor Monzo,
I'm here.
Councilmember Doe,
I'm here.
Councilmember Ho,
Here.
Councilmember Nguyen.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you so much for that. Do we have any member of the public who would like to speak? Or any comments? All right, so I see none. We don't have any comment. We don't have any. Oh, 3 participants raise hand.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with the audio.
Mayor, we're having an audio problem,
Okay.
but I'm thinking that it's time to read the item for oral communications. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
No, we're having a little bit of a difficult.
Okay, let me just move through the oral community. Do you have anybody that we're reading? Any written comments for closed session? No.
So I believe the city manager asked if there was any e-comments for closed session. There are none, but there is one hand raised on Zoom. 2 hands raised on Zoom. So at this time, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but
We can hear
Terry
you.
Rains has her hand raised. You may begin speaking.
Good evening, Terry Rains, Westminster. Item 1 on the closed session agenda is to once again discuss 3 ongoing employee lawsuits filed by Cameron Norhays, Jose Flores, and Alan Aoki, all employees of the police department. All 3 cases are set for jury trial in the coming months. I can only comment on what I know. Jose Flores was a plaintiff in a previous case against the city that went before the United States Court of Appeals, Ninth Circuit. I believe he prevailed, at least in part, in that case when it was decided back in 2017. Yet this new case was filed by him in 2019. Ralph Ornelas was dismissed as a defendant in the Norhays case, and a request to dismiss Ornelas and Al Panella has been filed in the Aoki case. I really hope Chief Linné and HR Director Kreiner can implement true employee relations reform in the PD that will reduce the number of these lawsuits going forward. Item 2 is one case of potential litigation. I don't know what the case is about, but I'm going to venture a guess that it might be related to the December 16th claim filed against the city by the Quan Chi Victory Foundation for $100,000 plus, so I will comment accordingly. The residents do not want to litigate this matter in court. It would be far too costly and the city could very well lose the case. I recommend the following. 1, request fully documented evidence of actual monetary losses from the foundation, letting them know it is necessary to process their claim. It is doubtful they'll be able to produce proof of $100,000 or more of actual and justifiable losses. After all, it was the foundation's choice to move the monument all the way up to San Jose when they could have easily found a location here in Orange County. 2, closely scrutinize and vet proof of losses submitted and deny costs related to travel distance outside of Orange County. 3, make a reasonable offer to settle the claim based on actual documented and justifiable losses. And 4, if need be, continue negotiations until both parties reach an agreement to settle this matter outside of the courtroom. Council, you must all put aside your political egos and campaigns and do what's best for the residents of this city and our taxpayer dollars. Don't let the city attorney's office drag this thing out to pad their pockets with nonsensical ideas like anti-SLAPP motions, etc. Just bite the bullet and settle this matter quickly, though, so the city can move on. Item 3 is a performance evaluation of the city attorney. Again, the 3rd time in recent months. I have no idea, again, if this is targeting Christian personally or Jones and Mayer in general. Jones and Mayer tops a list of those criminally and or civilly implicated in the illegal parcel sale at Liberty Park. I also believe the firm may be charging the city too much money. The December warrant register shows 79 checks were issued to Jones and Mayer for a total of $196,986.42. It is extremely troubling that this council directed the city attorney's office to request an investigation by the Orange County District Attorney's Office into the Liberty Park partial sale. Why did you do that? Residents were outraged when they read the city attorney's letter dated to the DA dated October 29th by its tone and self-serving content. From yesterday's Voice of OC article, quote, "We're aware of the situation and we're coordinating with the city attorney of Westminster," wrote District Attorney spokesperson Kimberly Edds in a Monday text message, end quote. Unfriggin' believable. The DA's office is coordinating consideration of a formal investigation with the key suspect in this criminal and or civil matter. Just how stupid can the city be? Councilman Doe, as a police officer, would you direct a murder suspect to prepare the case against him to submit to the DA? Of course not. Council, you must fix this now if it's not too late by doing the following. 1, direct the interim city manager to issue an immediate order to the DA's office to cease all communications with the city attorney's office and or anyone at Jones and Mayer about this matter. 2, remove Jones and Mayer fully from the ongoing private investigation and have the city contract directly with the investigator, not through Jones and Mayer. 3, at the conclusion of the private investigation, direct the interim city manager to request this matter be heard before the Orange County grand jury. If the latter is not done, I can assure you it will be done by the residents of Westminster. As I have stated before, I like Christian, but there have been many problems in recent months attributed to him and or others at Jones and Mayer. But this is not the right time to change law firms, in my opinion. There are just too many balls in the air right now. Christian is a better city attorney than most, but yes, things must improve. My recommendation is 1, put Jones and Mayer on notice and set measurable benchmarks to track their performance and billing practices. And 2, request that Jones and Mayer relieve Christian of his duties as Placentia's city attorney so he can focus 100% of his time here in Westminster. The size and state of our city warrants a full-time dedicated city attorney. Thank you.
All right, is there any other comment? All right, so I see none. So, oh,
There's
Well,
some,
There are
Raise hand.
2 more people with their hands
Okay.
raised. The next one is Camila Overbeek. You may begin.
Can you hear me?
yes.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. My name is Camilla Overbeek, resident of Westminster. I see again the performance review of the city attorney is on the agenda. I've said this before and I will say it again. It is high time for us to find a new city attorney. Back in October, the council directed Mr. Bettenhausen to send a letter to the district attorney regarding the possible illegal sale of parkland. At that point, Mr. Bettenhausen should have removed himself due to conflict of interest and informed the council that a more appropriate course of action would be to instruct the city manager to seek special outside counsel to handle the task. Mr. Bettenhausen and his firm are directly implicated with that sale. Did the city attorney do that? No, he absolutely did not, and instead is raking in legal fees on the backs of taxpayers. In fact, the letter sent to the district attorney doesn't even mention his or his firm's involvement in the sale. What kind of shady practice is this? The city attorney does not have the city's best interests at heart. They're merely lining their pockets with our money. I would argue that Mr. Bettenhausen's refusal to remove himself from the investigation and the issue is enough to report him to the California State Bar for unethical behavior. How many times must we discuss his performance before action is taken? In 1 month alone, we've paid out nearly $200,000 in legal fees with nothing or little to show for it. Simply put, the city is broke and we cannot afford to continue the relationship with Jones and Mayer. I urge the council to make a decision on this and stop dragging it out. Your indecisiveness and their unethical behavior is bleeding us dry. Thank you for your time.
all right. Is there any other comment? All right, I
Mayor,
don't see
there are
the
no
one on the
other
screen. I
hands
don't see
raised.
any raised hand. All right, I don't see any other raised hand. So with that, we have a closed section, please.
So for the purposes of the attendees, I can either put you in holding or if you want to log off and then log back on closer to 7 o'clock. Otherwise, we're going to lock the meeting right now and then go into closed session. So just bear with me.
Mayor, may I briefly respond?
Please.
I just want to put something in the record because I'm highly ethical, and it's difficult to hear things when they're not based on fact. If you look back at the council record, I specifically, during the meeting when this was requested, asked that I not be the one to handle it. I said that it would be better to have an independent investigator under the city manager, and the council said that they wanted me to send the letter. That is the only thing I've done, is draft a letter. If you read the letter is very inviting the district attorney, an independent body, to investigate the matter. They did that. They examined it. They're going to make their own determination as to whether or not they're going to investigate it. I have no further involvement with the district attorney's office, nor will I. Just briefly, the billing issue, we had a number of months backed up. And so the most recent billings that you're seeing are, as this is what I'm assuming you're looking at, because our billings have not been high. We're backed up a number of months and we got those taken care of more recently. So other than that, I have nothing further to add. I just want to make sure that's in the record.
Yes, I appreciate your statement, and that's what exactly, what the majority of city council asked you to do in,
Yeah.
so we're
And
meeting,
let me
yes.
add that the investigation itself is being conducted through the city manager's office. I am not involved in it. So
Correct.
that, for the record.
Okay, thank you. All right. So with that, we have a closed section, please.
Let me go ahead and lock the meeting.